Hey! So today I'll be watching Castlevania Nocturne, episode 4. And honestly, it's been months since I've seen the last episode, so I don't remember much of what happened before, although I did look back at my old reactions and get a refresher of it. So in case I repeat anything or forget stuff, that's why. And also really quick before I get into the episode, I just want to mention my brand new background, which are some of the brand new Castlevania Nocturne Funko Pops. And this plush of Maria's diseased bird, which I got from Youtooz. And I believe there's still a few Funko Pops out there, but these are the main ones I want to get because one, it's Richter, and then I mainly got Maria because I got Susaku, so I figured I have to have Maria. And I did consider getting the Maria from Youtooz, since the Maria from Youtooz has Maria with one of her birds. So I figured that'd be kind of a cool concept, having Maria with her bird on the side and then having her second diseased bird here with me. But I didn't really like how that one looked, but I didn't really like how any of the figures looked on Youtooz, so I just went with the Funko Pop one. And then Alucard I've had for a while, and I only have him here now because I know he appears later on in the episodes. And then of course I have Ursabat because, well, she's my favorite. She's both vampiristic and animalistic, which I really enjoy. Her design is really one of my favorites, aside from Olrox obviously, and so that's why I got her. And speaking of Olrox, I really wanted to get a figure of him. I assumed they would get a Funko Pop of him, but they didn't. Nor do I think they got one for Youtooz. So I'm like, that's a crime. Hello, Olrox is a huge draw for a lot of people, myself included of course. So I was disappointed to find out that there really is hardly any merchandise of him. There's very small amounts. There's, I believe, only 2 official ones, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe just 1. And then I found out there's this really cool figure, which costs around, I think, $80. But I missed out on the limited edition one, which comes with Olrox snapping his finger and you can see the ghosts or spirits behind him like they appeared in the first episode. But I missed out on that one, and the only one available right now, or at the very least that's available for pre-order and restock, is just him snapping his fingers, which honestly is fine with me. I mean, I would prefer to have gotten the limited edition one, but I didn't know about it when it was around, and I don't think they're gonna get any more, so I'm gonna have to just get the one without the cool background and just get the one with Olrox, which really is all I care about. And I believe there's a backclip version of him, of a lot of them. And I know there's very few stuff of him on Etsy, so I'm considering maybe buying some stuff from Etsy on there. And also maybe I still have to speak with the seller about it, but I'm considering also getting some Twitch emotes of him. And aside from that, that's all I want to say before I got into the episode. So now into the episode. Oh, that's right, they were gonna fix him. I knew he was a part of this. I love his eyes.
Do you?
Something you made?
Created to obey me. And that is all you were created for.
How is he still handsome as a night creature? That's interesting.
Was it the witch? How you were made.
Oh damn, that could have a double meaning.
What you are. Do you understand?
Aww.
His prisoner.
Yeah, you'd like to think that.
Invited him in.
Yes.
Impossible. Think of it before.
Yeah, honestly.
Vampires, Maria. Leave the church.
Yeah.
Hardly surprised.
I just found out that he was actually raised by Maria's mother. So I was wrong. There's nothing weird going on between Richter and Maria's mom.
So if it is Edouard, maybe he doesn't want to be rescued, Annette.
Damn.
Can't be. The only way to save him
Would be to kill him. Yeah.
Can you abandon him?
We can't just charge into the
Damn.
hoping to defeat a fucking powerful sorcerer and liberate
He's got a
our
point.
friends. Afraid? I'm saying.
Exactly, you need a plan.
We had Jake.
You need a plan. Magic did not help you last time.
If I can't save
Oh.
him, yes, I will kill him. The abbey's made of stone. I can bury them in their own church. Bring it crashing down around.
Will that help the abbot?
Yeah.
He's in league with the bastards, which he probably is. We don't want to help him.
Yeah, we
But if he's not, yeah. Richter's dealing with an actual head on his shoulders right now.
We need a plan. And since I'm not much good at plans, it would be really fucking useful if you would all start thinking of one. Deserves to live or die and then turn
Yeah.
it into rubble.
To watch your mother die, he said.
So was hers.
To Belmont. She was doing her
Yeah.
duty.
If anything, it was bound to happen.
Need a plan.
Yeah.
He's calling me a coward.
Yeah, he's got a point.
Calling you a coward, Richter.
You're not.
Maria kind of insinuated.
With no experience of the world. These adults have to make.
Okay.
There's another way in. There's a secret underground passageway into the abbey.
You know this how?
You know that.
Yeah.
We need to. If we have friends left, our only enemies. This time I'm coming with you.
Oh shit. Also, I've kind of been spoiled about what happens. Not everything, but something. Oh god, okay. I was hoping to see him, but not like this. Okay, Olrox, damn. Oh shit. He still wears his earrings when he sleeps.
Saya knows, I presume, that your Abbott is a forge master.
Of course she knows.
Oh, he knows the Messiah.
Interested in
So she knows he means to betray
Damn.
her. What do you think? Do you think he's right?
I don't know.
Past. And the moment you've crushed your enemies, she'll turn on you.
Mm.
The gamble is, you... Are you sure this path is right?
Which one exactly?
Where we look.
Oh, he's looking at it. He's looking at it right now.
Victory. What was the cost?
I already know the cost.
His soul.
Who pays it? Just him?
Damn, his eyes.
And will claim his price when all this is done.
Does it matter?
It does to him.
There are demon charlatans whose faces you can laugh in, spit in. Once were gods, and those who still are.
Like you.
God. Just one.
In your religion, sure.
Anything I'm sure of living him
And yet you're in bed with a vampire.
hasn't changed.
The fact that you can say it's never gonna change while looking at Olrox like that, it's like, damn. So can she go out during the day? Or at least as long as she has an umbrella? Damn. I'm loving all the Olrox scenes right now.
And you think he can protect you?
He's got a point. Oh shit. Okay, what would have happened if that wasn't there anymore?
You just happened to stumble upon it one day while you were out picking flowers.
Oh.
To the cellars.
It'd be a wild twist if she was involved with the vampires, especially after everything she went through. Or if she was in cahoots with the Abbott. Emissary, so even she's not the Messiah then.
How sweet. And what
Actually, yeah, she's in a church.
Seal
combust. That's what you need.
sunlight, though.
Alright, yes, yes. Well, how did I forget that? Lenore died like that, too.
Prayed so hard. It must be stuck in your claw like a chicken bone, threatening to choke.
The ribs of some infants
Damn.
Mistress the Messiah.
will never be.
Well, I'm assuming she doesn't have one because she's a vampire.
The survival of his world, or he can't control his temper, or his pride,
Hmm?
or he's a fucking moron.
Yeah. I mean, all those are true for him, so.
I know it's all about sex with you priests.
Oh.
But believe you wouldn't like it. Every orifice I possess has teeth.
Okay.
Pretend to like each other. Both because we share a common enemy.
Which is... Okay. Okay, of course.
Too much cool.
I like his voice. I don't like him, but I like the Abbott's voice. Good voice actor.
You can smell the.
Can you?
Do you? Even if he's become a monster.
Yeah.
He could never be a monster. I'd love to meet some night creatures.
I'm assuming she's gonna meet Edouard.
You, handsome, feisty, glowering one. Show me the demon machine.
You know, I may not like Mizrak for various reasons. Mainly because he's with Olrox, honestly. But he does have nice eyes. Oh, of course, I knew she was gonna see him. Oh, okay, that's weird. I was not expecting that. I'm loving this episode. Oh, shit. They know to either respect him or fear him or both. I love that. Damn. Blue and green.
What extraordinary thing happened here? What crime did you commit? I
Nothing.
smell pain. A human soul.
Don't know what happened.
They caught you?
What I am. But I want my freedom.
Don't we all?
Hmm. Damn, the fact that she remembers all this.
I'm a Belmont. I kill demons.
You kill vampires. Well, I guess, yeah, you do also kill demons, but mainly vampires. Is he gonna see Olrox again?
Do they Oh, do that.
Oh, Drelta.
Papa Lega.
Okay, somebody has to have heard that, right? Or is Edouard singing, covering it? Nope, can still be heard. So he helps? Okay. Make the night creatures, then. Oh, I'm loving the song choice for the background. Hey, it's my favorite night creature. Alright, the cat. Alright, all of my favorites are coming out this episode. Oh. Oh, it would have been cool if she impaled them with that. Oh, damn. Oh, shit. Holy shit. Troll time. Damn, everything's coming to a head. Shit. Oh, they're not gonna make it, are they? Damn. You know, for everything, I think I prefer Edouard like this. He looks really cool. And the singing really does help, too. Damn. Oh. Does he remember now? She's very stationary for. Oh, damn. The Abbott?
She is a child. The slaughter of children isn't part of our bargain.
Damn. Damn. Oh, okay. Alright, assistant, go off.
We crossed an ocean, didn't we?
I can make it quick, Edouard. No pain. Send you to my mother in the spirit world.
Damn.
Come back. I'm sorry. Edouard.
Damn. As important as that is, I feel like she should also be helping out in the fight, but I understand.
What about that? Is he grown up enough for me to kill?
Say no. God damn you, Abbott. Okay, damn. Oh, that was cool. Okay. Oh well. Oh.
Richter Belmont, the Belmont clan.
Damn.
Kill vampires.
No, those are vampires. Oh, damn, the Abbott's scared. Olrox!
What have you done?
The world is in danger, Carol. The kingdom of God itself is under. I have to protect it.
Not like this.
The world by killing you.
Little boy,
Yes!
grown up.
Oh shit, not saying the same words he said last time. Well, sort of. Little boy Belmont. Oh, damn. I feel sorry for Richter, but I'm just loving this scene right now. Oh shit.
We have to get out of here. We have to fucking go.
Oh shit, he's leaving them. Although again, trauma, understandable. Oh, that was cool. Damn, that's a good shot of her. But will they let you go? That's the question. Damn, Richter is really hauling ass. I just love Olrox. Can't say that enough. Okay.
This one, he was just an opportunist, following the Messiah because she's powerful. I'm Olrox. She's expecting me.
Oh, of course. What's the word? Aztec.
She
Just
knows.
settled in, loving France.
Damn. What did he have
We've
there?
lost some creatures. See that they're replaced.
Hmm?
We'll need them very soon. Richter,
Oh, he's gone.
you ran the fuck away.
It's not like you guys could have won anyways, so if anything,
Red flesh.
it was smart to retreat.
Where we look, there are nightmares. Terrors.
You guys better leave, because Jota can now come outside and fight you. Oh wow, that was it. That was short. So in this episode, we saw a lot of things happening. First and foremost, of course, how Annette felt after seeing, or at least presuming to see, Edouard as a night creature. And I know that tensions were high, and emotions especially were high, particularly from Annette, Maria's mother, and Maria herself. It seemed that only Richter himself, although saddened by what happened to Edouard, was the only one thinking clearly in that moment. He did not want to repeat of what happened last time to happen again the next time they're going to fight vampires and night creatures. He now of course knew that it was stupid to go in there without a plan because it cost him Edouard. And now, Annette was suggesting they do the exact same thing again under the guise of either saving or killing Edouard, whichever one she had to do. But Richter knew that going in head first without an actual plan was not the way to go because of what happened last time. And I also think that it was true what he said. Although Annette didn't outright call him a coward, she wasn't happy at the fact that he did not want to go once again to fight these creatures without a plan. How she was angry at that, I don't know. Because clearly it's obvious that you need a plan, or unless she wanted to lose somebody else or even herself. But also I understand that she's under a lot of pain because her closest friend, the very man who helped free and rescue her, is now gone because she presumably abandoned him, which wasn't true, at least from what I remember. It just so happened that he happened to be the slowest, didn't have a lot of powers, and he got caught. And although yes, Annette could have gone back and tried to help him, there were just too many of them. She would not have been able to defeat them all and save Edouard anyways. He would have died regardless. And although I do love seeing Olrox, I was not expecting to see so much of him in this episode. I was like, damn, I was like, okay, I was like, I love seeing Olrox, but I was not expecting that. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining or anything, but I'm just surprised that I saw so much of Olrox this episode. They do draw him really, really pretty though. He really is a beautiful man, which makes me wonder, who did they use as a reference for him? Because he looks almost, or pretty much he is, too beautiful. Like, I know a lot of bishoujo or beautiful anime men were referenced off a real life young guy who I believe was French or something else. I believe he visited Japan at some point, or they just found out about him and they used him as a reference for a lot of the beautiful men that we see in anime nowadays and back then as well. One of the most prominent ones being the Rose of Versailles. I believe he was the main reference point to draw the main male lead in that series. So I'm wondering if there's a similar kind of person, or maybe they used some ancient Aztec drawings, or maybe even looked at just native people in general and they just used all of them as references and then just had him basically have what seemed to be kind of like eyeliner. And then of course adding in his golden and green jeweled studded earrings. The voice actor really helps out with that as well. He does an excellent job at voicing him. And then of course his eyes, which are almost cat-like, but really they are more because of his other form being a reference to Quetzalcoatl. His eyes are actually more lizard-like, I believe, but they also do seem cat-like. And again, like I mentioned in the video, I find it surprising that Mizrak is literally in bed with the vampire. And I'm almost certain that he knows that Olrox is, at the very least, some sort of reference, or if not, an actual type of vessel for an ancient Aztec god. And yet he'll look him in the eyes and tell him there's only one god. Which I understand because it's his religion that he believes only one God. But how can you be in bed with somebody that has a vastly differing religion, look him in the eyes, and also the fact he's a vampire, and tell him that his culture, his beliefs, if he does have those anyways, aren't real, at least not to him. And there's only one, which is the Christian God, or I guess in some cases the Catholic God, or Jewish God. To me that seems very, I want to say disavowing, but I'm not sure that's the word. It's very dismissive if Olrox in fact does hold beliefs of his old life. But of course, once again, Olrox isn't exactly a great person. He has killed people. And I don't know if I've ever mentioned this before, but although he did kill Juliet Belmont, I don't necessarily think that he's evil. Reason being is because, of course, although right now we don't know much or any of his backstory whatsoever, except the fact that he's an Aztec vampire and he once had a lover who was killed by Juliet Belmont. So, just basing it off that, the fact that Julia killed his lover, it makes sense that he would go and get revenge against her. But also, I don't know if Olrox and his ex-lover if they were massacring people or just doing terrible things in general, or if they were just living their lives peacefully in their own city, and then Julia just happened upon them one time, or at the very least when they were in another city closer to where she was, or if she was traveling and she found them that way. Then she took the opportunity and killed Olrox's lover and then just left. If they didn't do anything at all to get this kind of reaction from Julia, to have one of them be killed, or even if they did, honestly, I don't think Olrox would care. From that standpoint, I can see why Olrox would kill her, because of course she killed his lover, so now he was gonna kill Julia because of what she did to him. She basically ruined his life, or at the very least killed the love of his life, or afterlife I guess in this case, and now he was all alone. And then of course years later, he ended up happening upon Mizrak, finding him with a lot of sexual tension, and then somehow they ended up having this fling, or at the very least situationship. But I love seeing Olrox's episode. I loved how not necessarily Olrox focused it was, but it was a lot of Olrox, and I was like, yes, after months of not seeing this show, it's nice to come back and having Olrox be on the screen for once, and not just a few seconds. Seeing more of Edouard was also interesting. I really love his design. His eyes and his voice also really help out with why I love his design, because he looks really cool. And he has like these big, beautiful, light blue eyes that shine. And it looks really nice and honestly very amazing on my TV, because my TV loves color and I love color. So we really are a wonderful match in that case. And honestly, I think I prefer Edouard like this. He looks much more interesting to me this way, especially because of the backstory, because we've seen him as a human and now he lives as a basically sentient night creature who, although doesn't remember much of his past life or anything, but he does remember that he used to sing, he loves to sing, and he finally remembered Annette once he saw her again. So it's interesting to know that, at the very least for now, they have an insider in enemy territory. Not in the way they expected it, but at the very least, for right now, I'm assuming that they can trust him, unless the Abbott manages to change him in some ways. Or Drota manages to change him and make him more obedient. Which is what I'm assuming Olrox is trying to do in that one scene. I'm assuming he's trying to either fix Edouard so he's not like that. I don't think he would though. He didn't seem the type to do that. I'm just basing off what I see of him. But he doesn't seem like he was really interested in changing him back, or changing him into being a super obedient one. The only ones who seemed bothered by the fact that he wasn't obedient was the Abbott and Mizrak. I'm pretty sure to Olrox it's just interesting to see him like that. And if anything, I feel like the way that Edouard is drawn in some cases, he seems almost as alluring as a vampire would. So that's also a very nice contrast, because although he's not a vampire, he's still very beautiful and very alluring to look at sometimes because of his eyes and everything. Although I really do feel bad for him, because of course he doesn't want to be a night creature. He doesn't want to be stuck. He wants to be free. And also in that case, it's a reverse, because in the relationship with him and Annette, it started off the exact opposite. Annette was the one who wasn't free and was enslaved, and Edouard is free. I'm assuming for his whole life, or at the very least for most of his life. And now Annette is the one looking inside from the outside. She's the one who's free. She's the one who can come and go wherever she wants. And Edouard is stuck behind bars and is forced to serve a man he does not want to serve, forced to be in a cause he does not want to be a part of, and not get any say in it. The relationship between the Abbotts and Maria's mother is one that, although it could be obvious in this episode if you don't know their backstory, but I was actually spoiled for their backstory and I know more or less what happens, or at the very least why she's so attached to the Abbott, or she's so adamant in the fact that he wouldn't be a part of this, even though we all know he is the fact that, like she mentioned, when she first came to this city, and before the Abbott, I believe, came into a lot of power, she met the Abbott, they fell in love, and Maria is their daughter. That's their backstory. That's why she kept saying, you don't want to kill the person you love, and she really didn't want to believe that the Abbott was a part of this because she's Maria's father and her ex-lover. And I'm assuming they are together for maybe two reasons. One, maybe an ideological differences aspect, and also because he's a priest. Priests cannot have wives or children. They can certainly have them before, but once they become priests, they can no longer continue the relationship with them to the same capacity. He can no longer have a wife, he can no longer sleep with his wife, and since he has to serve God and be only focused on God, he can also just not focus on his only one child or any various amount of children that he might have. He has to focus everything on God and helping everybody, not just a small particular group of people. Although speaking on that, he does seem very much against what did Mizrak call them? The godless ones, which I'm assuming they mean the ones who either are a different religion, who in most cases are called pagans, and the others who don't believe in any religion at all, who are called atheists. And honestly, that's very Christian of them, or at the very least, very religious of them, because they do have a tendency to look down on those who don't follow the same religion that they do, and yet they have no issue pushing their religion on others, which is very hypocritical, but I mean, it's a church. What can you do? Although to that degree, how does that make sense? How do you go from hating the godless ones to literally being involved with vampires, especially one who calls themselves the Messiah. When Jesus is called the Messiah, how is it not blasphemous for these people, especially the abbot, to be working with somebody, a vampire woman, if nothing less, who, by his own accounts, eats infants? How can he honestly work with somebody like that, who calls himself the Messiah, when he supposedly serves God? He isn't worse than the bishop in the first season, but he's pretty close. With how twisted his logic is, it's honestly crazy. And honestly, in most cases when it comes to shows, I don't necessarily like when these characters meet by coincidence or happenstance, where they happen to be at the same place at the exact same time. And I'm like, that's not believable. Yet somehow, for some reason in this show, the fact that Drolta happened to be there the exact same day that Richter and his group go down into the dungeons and they happen to meet each other, that to me does not seem like a bad coincidence. That to me honestly seems like it really just was a coincidence. It doesn't seem necessarily a plot point. It just seemed to just happen naturally. It didn't seem necessary to happen on purpose by the writers. It just seemed to happen. It seemed to flow naturally to me. Though I was not expecting Olrox to appear and scare Richter like that. I was like, damn, he literally used the same line he used last time. Little boy Belmont. Except now he added the fact that he's all grown up. And the fear in Richter's eyes was honestly something else. I was like, damn, like, what must he be feeling? Behind him is literally the vampire who killed his mother when he was 10 years old. Who could have killed him? Yeah, he didn't do that for whatever reason, which honestly I guess is good on him because we wouldn't have this show if he killed him. So if anything, all this thanks to Olrox. So thank you, Olrox. I also felt really bad for Edouard because although it's believable, and honestly I would think so too, that he would prefer to be dead than be a night creature and serving under those kinds of, I guess, people, half vampires. The fact that he remembered Annette and yet was terrified of the fact that she was ready to kill him, it made me feel really sorry for him because she probably just remembered her in that moment. And yet to see her already have a knife ready to kill him and telling him it'll be painless, it must have been terrifying for him. In that moment, she must have been his only comfort, and yet she was also ready to do him harm. He was so terrified, and it was honestly just so sad to see. Oh, Maxie. You can see my beagle right there acting crazy. That's Maxine. You've all seen her before. And also, although it's been a while since I've watched this series, I did want to watch it months back, but, you know, circumstances being what they were, I just couldn't find time or honestly motivation to continue the series because it was only 6 episodes. I really wanted to draw it out as long as I could because I figured the sooner I finish the series, and if there's even a second season, I'm gonna have to wait all that time. And that's gonna be a long time without seeing Olrox for a while. So I wanted to space the episodes out. Not this much, mind you, but still space them out enough to not wait that long. And now season 2 is already out, so I think I waited long enough. And also, I was sick on and off for like a month since, I believe, New Year's till the second to last week of January, honestly. That's part of the reason why I haven't watched the series sooner. And also the fact that I ran out of contacts and I barely got new ones. But since I didn't know how much I was going to have to record because my parents just left to the store and then to my grandma's house, I don't want to waste time opening a new pack of contact lenses, trying to put them on, hoping my eyes don't blink too much because they get really dry sometimes when I wear contacts for an extended period of time, and then waste some of the limited time that I know I have and have less time to watch and talk about this episode. But I honestly do think that this was actually one of the best episodes I could resume watching this series at because it was such a good episode. So much happened in this episode. And I know that mainly because it's a limited series. I believe it's only 6 episodes. So with that, honestly, I do think the pacing is done pretty well. To me, it doesn't seem as rushed. Unlike other shows like Hazbin Hotel, which I know was rushed. And although I didn't see it, I've seen reaction videos of it, I've seen reviews of it, and although I do own 2 plush toys from the series, Fat Nuggets and Kiki the cat, and I also plan on buying Razzle and Dazzle when I can, and also Nefertima and Lars, and I believe Flora from, apparently, a furry manga series called Two Kinds, which I've never read before, but I just really like the fact that there's another furry animal plush toy out there, so I really want to buy it, and then maybe later on I'll look into it, or at the very least I'll look into a video of it to see if it's something that I'll be into. But anyways, back to the Hazbin Hotel point that I was trying to make, is that I know that although it actually had 2 more episodes than Castlevania Nocturne has, it still was so rushed to the point where a lot of people didn't like it because it was so rushed. Everything was wrapped up, but really a lot of things were still left unanswered, and the pacing was off, and character development really wasn't there. And honestly, I feel like if that's the case and your series is so limited, and you know or you feel that the pacing will not be great if you try to squeeze maybe a 12 or 15 episode series into just 8 episodes, then it's fine to leave it at a halfway mark. Like, leave episode 8 as this great cliffhanger kind of finale, and yet the following season continue it so everything feels fleshed out and nothing feels rushed. But that's just me. But honestly, I think this series doesn't deal with that. I feel like it does the pacing pretty well, does character development pretty well, and overall it's just a really good show. Especially considering the fact that I'm assuming this is a show original, because although they're all based off characters from one of the games, the show itself has never been done before. So this is all original work. So there's a lot you can do with that, and I feel like they've done a lot with it. With different kinds of characters, various different backgrounds, amazing voice acting once again. A lot of these characters have really good voice actors, honestly. Olrox, of course, being number 1. Then the Abbott's voice has a certain accent, which I really enjoy. Mizrak is also good. I don't like his character, but his voice actor is really good too. Annette's as well. Edouard, honestly, is really amazing. A lot of them are really good. And the fact that they let them leave, that's what's interesting to me. Is this kind of like a cat and mouse situation where sometimes when a cat finds a mouse, they don't kill it or eat it right away. They like to play with it a bit, and then maybe sometimes let it go, let it think it's safe, let it think it's won, and then kill it when they least expect it. So is that the case as to why I let them leave? Because Olrox and Jolta were right there, and Olrox killed Julia Belmont, who had vastly more years of experience than Richter has, and Jolta, well, she's on another level as well. She's really good. And also all those night creatures that are still around. Unless I misunderstood and Richter killed all those night creatures. But still, regardless, you can't tell me that Olrox and Drolta couldn't have just killed them all in that instance if they wanted to. And for whatever reason, Drolta listened to the Abbots and did not kill Maria. But yet she was perfectly fine with wanting to kill Annette. So the fact that they let them go is just surprising to me. I'm like, you could have killed them, but you didn't. And I guess maybe another point to this is that they're vampires and they have all the time in the world. They don't kill them today, that's fine. They can kill them tomorrow. They can kill them in 10 years, 20 years, doesn't matter. They have all the time in the world. Hi, sweetie. Thank you. Maxine came to say hi. And Tonya too. Hi, Tony. What's happening, Tony? Baby. Also, in case nobody knew this, or I guess very few people knew this, if you enjoy listening to Olrox and think he has a really good voice actor like I do, this actually isn't the first time I've heard his voice. As it turns out, I found out that he actually plays Officer Big in the Hulu series Reservation Dogs. And he's a pretty prominent character in some episodes. So if you want to get, I guess, in a way, a sillier version, but also still very native version of the man who voiced Olrox, then I highly recommend Reservation Dogs. It's a really good series. I believe the whole series is out on Hulu still, so if you guys want to check it out, I would highly recommend it. Now, having said all that, I can't wait to see what happens in the next episode.